Hello and welcome to the SML podcast, the only podcast on the internet about SML. Today's episode, we are talking about characters who have been parodied. But first, we're going to talk about the most recent episodes. The first three episodes were Pac-Man's divorce, Jeffy's bowling ball, and the business deal. So, as per usual, we'll have Corey start with his opinions.
Okay. So the best one out of all of these, in my opinion, is without a doubt Pac-Man's divorce. Pac-Man's divorce was, I mean, it wasn't the greatest video ever or anything. Especially with they didn't make Pac-Man talk. He just said a waka, which we'll get into why
Sorry.
that's more disappointing later in this video. But
Sorry, say that word was funny.
yeah, waka, waka waka. And the funniest part, or one of the funniest parts was, he's just all depressed throughout the video because Miss Pac-Man divorced him, and he was all sad. He was just going like waka waka throughout the whole thing until they went to the strip club and those two twin female Pac-Men showed up, and then he said waka waka, and then Brooklyn guy's like, "So you want them?" Oh, the one other piece of English he knows. And I love the dub part at the end where it was those two twins were Blinky and Clyde's girlfriends, and that's why the ghosts were after Pac-Man,
Oh.
and they had to give him the power pat. Like, that was funny. I also liked the stupid part where Brooklyn guy had to peek in while Pac-Man and the two Miss Pac-Man were doing business. He's just like, I mean, I just want to see how it works. I mean, they're just like a ball. And he opened the
They
door. He
eat
was like,
other claws.
yeah, he was like, oh, they're like inside out and there's fruit involved.
The thing I loved about that episode was whenever he did go in there and look at him, you just hear the Pac-Man
Yeah, he's
there.
like, it sounds like a Pac-Man. That was that was great. And then also, like, at the very end, I like the part where they meant to go into the strip club, and then Rose is like, "What about going to the strip club?" And Brogan guy's like, "Yeah, there's two strippers in your bedroom," and that's how it ends. I mean, like, the rest of the video wasn't like really that remarkable or anything, but it was okay. It was all right.
Yeah.
Uh, Jeffy's bowling ball. This one was less all right. Now, it did bring me back to the apartment where Logan was just so cool with breaking things. And obviously that's because this video was about Jeffy coming home from bowling, and because Marvin and Rose locked the door because they were doing business. Jeffy used the bowling ball to break the window so he could get in.
Which,
Um,
surprised that they didn't hear that.
yeah, seriously. Um, but I am glad that they actually did something like that again. Just 'cause, I don't know, it's fun when they do it. It's interesting. Other than
Something about
that,
breaking stuff is entertainment. I guess that's where Doodly Perfect comes in.
yeah, yeah. But other than that, I really can't think of anything that good about the episode. Like, there was the one joke that I liked where it was Marvin going to the door to get Brooklyn guy, like, so he could open it, but then Brooklyn guy's like, "Oh, wait, we could just talk through here." And then Marvin's like, "Oh yeah." Like I like that. But yeah, other than that, there really wasn't anything. Like this word has been used so much with modern SML, but like it's so true in this video. Filler, like
Oh
going
yeah.
over the whole what's his name bowling hands who had nothing to do with the episode. Like I thought it would have been kind of interesting if what's his name bowling hands was actually the villain. Like it's revealed that yes, Jeffy is the one who broke the door, but bowling hands was actually going to do it, but then Jeffy already did. Like that could have been interesting and
Jeffy was
funny.
just saving Jeffy was just saving his saving the problem there.
but yeah, that didn't happen. That was just a tangent that Broken Guy went on with a Nintendo animation, which like I just want to say like the past few Nintendo animations have been pointless, and it's not his fault. At least I don't think. I'm pretty sure Logan is just like, hey, can you make this for us, and pays him. So I'm sure that it's not his fault that his animations are not mattering, but like I don't know, they really need to do better with those animations because it really feels like he just gets Nintendo to make them in order to fill up time.
What happened to SML Animated? I thought they was doing it.
I think they weren't that popular, which I mean I get why. It's literally just the videos that are already there that people have already seen but animated. And like they're so I think it was when they animated the remake of when Jeffy showed up, like the very first
Mhm.
episode where Jeffy showed up. I liked that animated one mainly because of how they drew the characters. Like Rose, her design was a mix of like current Rose and Rosalina, and I thought that actually looked cool. So like I liked that one, but then all the other animations just had the characters looking how they normally do. So it's just like,
Oh.
well, the only difference is one is animated and one isn't.
What did you think about the business idea or the
The
business deals?
business deal. The business deal was it was okay. The biggest problem is that it was mainly Angry Ronald. Like Angry Ronald has been something that a lot of people in the community that I've noticed anyway uh, are not happy about because he's being very much overused, and we'll get into that. We'll get into that in just a second.
Yeah,
Now,
don't get me started.
I liked the idea of the video. Since you didn't watch much of it, Jacob, and I know you didn't watch it, Hunter, because new modern SML is not that great. Yeah, I know. Blame me in the comments, people, but it's true. Um, like I like the idea because it was Goodman who owns Velveeta, if you remember, which that is a callback. I like that. That was cool. He owns Velveeta cheese, and he wanted to make a deal with McDonald's so that they would put the Velveeta cheese on their burgers so that they would all make money. Um,
Okay.
and he was going to give them $100 million, give Ronald McDonald $100 million so that he could put their cheese on their burgers and then they'd all make money. But Ronald wanted $500 million.
Oh
And
wow.
another
Okay.
thing I liked about this episode was that like Marvin was because he's still Goodman's intern. If you remember that, like there's a lot of callbacks to earlier episodes,
Right.
which is nice.
Yeah.
It feels like older SML. And like
Like,
Marvin actually saved the business deal because he lied and he said, "Oh yeah, well, guess what? Wendy's said they would take this deal for only 50 million." And Ronald was like, "What did you just say?" And he's like, "Yeah, we called Wendy's and they tried our cheese on their burgers and they said that it was really good and that they'll take this for 50 million if you don't." And like that part
Alrighty
I
then.
really liked. Where the video
Yeah.
went downhill, in my opinion, was the next scene where Ronald called up Wendy and asked her on a date where he tried poisoning her uh, Big Mac so that she could die so that he wouldn't have any more competition. Like, I'm glad that they actually brought Wendy in as a character because she was only in, I can't remember which episode it was, but it was the one where all of like the fast food characters were gambling. It was Ronald, Burger King, and Wendy. And I like that. I like that they brought her in, but I just didn't think it was that funny. Like,
Yeah.
okay, Ronald's multiple plans to poison her kept failing. So like that was kind of funny, and then he just got so fed up that he just went and broke her neck.
Right.
So like that was kind of funny, but it just got dragged out so much, and there was so much angry Ronald yelling, like so much. Like, it was way too
Kind
much.
of ridiculous.
Yeah, kind of ridiculous. I'll be honest, I hated the ending. Like the ending was so disappointing because like Wendy came back, which okay, I'm glad she did because I don't know, she should get some episodes. Burger King showed up in multiple episodes, so have Wendy show up in multiple episodes. Why not? But like I hated the ending because it ended with because Goodman promised Marvin he would give him $5 million if they got the deal, and they did get the deal, just not from Ronald. It was from Wendy. But Goodman gave Marvin nothing, and like
As
I
per
really
usual.
I hate that. Like, yes, I get it. Goodman is a scumbag, but Mario literally saved that business deal. Like, Wendy didn't even have a deal with them at all to begin with. That was a complete lie. So
Wow.
if
Okay.
Marvin never said that, then Goodman never would have gotten that deal, period, with any of them. So, like, I really think it should have ended with Goodman still giving Marvin the money. Maybe he cuts it down to like 2 million or something because it's Wendy and not Ronald. But like, I think Marvin really should have gotten something out of that because
Yeah.
it makes it feel pointless. It makes Goodman feel like an absolute jerk. And yes, we know he is a jerk, but he has some moments where he's not an absolute horrible person, and I think this should have been one of those moments. So yeah, it had a good start, a meh middle, and a really bad ending, in my opinion.
Yeah.
My opinions are Pac-Man's divorce. I can't help but laugh at the Waka Waka because it reminds me of Among Us, the SML movie Among Us. When Junior goes out there, he's like, Cody's like, "How are you going to speak to aliens?" And he goes there, he's like, "Waka Waka." He's like, he's nice to like Pac-Man.
I
So
didn't remember that, but I do
yeah,
remember now.
I do like the Waka Waka. I don't know why, but it was just so funny to me. And then and then Jeffy's bowling ball. Yeah, I like the destruction. That's all I could really say about it. But it was an okay video. And then for the worst one, oh gosh, y'all, I'm switching to the characters here
Oh
of today's
boy.
topic. um, Ronald McDonald. I hate Ronald McDonald. I despise Ronald McDonald. He needs to fucking die because it's nothing against Anthony. He just
Oh my
pisses
God.
me off so much because his voice is annoying. He's constantly mad. He's selfish. I don't know. I just hate that character. Mm-mm.
So
I
like,
hate Ronald McDonald. I hated it so much that I only watched it up until Ronald McDonald broke Wendy's neck, and I was like, nope, I'm done. I
so
can't.
like,
I didn't even finish it.
so like, okay. So the thing about Angry Ronald is at the very start, when he showed up,
He
I
was
thought
angry.
he was funny. I mean, just like in his very first video with Angry
Yeah,
Ronald.
he was only funny one time.
Yeah, and it was in that video because he didn't start off angry. He acted just like, I mean, his accent was different, but he acted like you would imagine Ronald would until he got angry, and that's why it was funny. But
Yeah, and it's
every
like I said, it's
video,
nothing. It's literally nothing against Anthony because I love Anthony's characters. Jonathan is hilarious, and so is Scooter.
yeah,
Like
like
it's literally nothing against Anthony. It's just I hate that character.
yeah, Anthony is a great actor. Like he's very talented. He can do tons of voices. Like e- even though Angry Ronald is annoying, the one thing I will give Anthony is like his actual acting, like his facial expressions and everything, top notch. Like
Mhm.
those are great. Like he pulls off like being angry as Angry Ronald like really well. The problem is that now, ever since that first video, he Angry Ronald has been immediately angry. So there's no build up, which like okay, I get it. I get it to a certain extent because like we all know he's Angry Ronald now. So there's no
Yeah,
point in building up to it because we all know that would be the joke. But like the issue is that Angry Ronald keeps like escalating and how angry he gets, but like
like
it's that doesn't make it funnier.
I'm almost tempted to drive, like to pay someone to take me to Pensacola and be like, stop with this stupid character.
Yeah, like like now the joke is worse in my opinion than building up to him being angry because now it is just him being angry. Like there's nothing to it. Um like we get it. He's rich. He he sleeps with every woman he can except for Wendy and that's really it. And then he's just angry all the time. And like I don't know, you guys could do something interesting. You could maybe like here's I know we're kind of jumping to the video ideas section already, but like here is a video idea. Make an episode where Angry Ronald's blood pressure is too high because of how angry he is. So it's a video about him having to
You hear
not be angry. Like he's trying to do things that calm him down
that?
and like I have fun with it. Like make him like the things that make him calm like we would think oh it's like doing more chicks, right? No, it's like I don't know, going fishing or like building Legos, something like really stupid.
Right.
And then
Like
like
bathing in chicken nuggets.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah, and then like just all these minor annoyances keep going up like coming up throughout the video from like random characters that shouldn't even be there. Like Junior, Joseph, and Cody show up and ruin whatever Ronald is working on to calm down. Like they're on some random adventure that we never get to see. Like Cody brings up like Junior, I told you not to press the button on my whatever machine. Now we're here. And then Junior's like, well, I'm sorry. And then like they leave and like Ronald, he's got to keep himself calm because his blood pressure and he'll go into cardiac arrest or something. I don't know.
And that's where he should have a heart attack and never show up in SML history ever again.
Like all these little annoyances show up, and then at the very end, that's when he explodes. And there you go. That's how you can have your angry Ronald, and you can have it be different and have the joke be a little different and interesting. Or yeah, like Jacob said, you could also just give him a heart attack because he gets so angry and then he doesn't come back.
If I could only dream.
Which, I mean, if Anthony likes playing the character, then okay, you can bring him back. But like that makeup, like he's got to wear a lot of makeup for that. Like that looks like it takes a while. So I don't
It
know.
was a
Maybe it might be a good thing for
mask.
for Ronald. Wait, it's a mask?
That's what I thought. I don't know.
No, I thought it was face paint because like
It might be.
you see in different episodes, like Anthony's beard, sometimes they have to paint more of it because he has more of a beard around his face. Like they have to paint it red, but then when Anthony doesn't have much of a beard, they don't paint those parts red. They paint it white.
Interesting.
That is
yeah,
interesting.
I think that basically covers our thoughts on Ronald. I don't hate him nearly as much as Jacob does, but he's definitely getting more annoying. And
I just don't like that he's constantly yelling. Like, I get it. You can play Ronald. Don't make him so angry. Like,
yeah,
what happened to this man that made his life so angry?
yeah, like yeah, I don't know. Do something to like to keep him calmer or something. So yeah, that's Angry Ronald. Let's move on to a
Mickey
much
Mouse.
better parody character. Yeah, Mickey Mouse.
The Mickey Mouse characters.
So we gotta go back to, I believe, the very first appearance of Mickey and Goofy, which was Bowser Jr.'s trip to Disney World or
Mm-hmm.
Disneyland. I can't remember which one. Um, so that Mickey was close to the Mickey we have now. Not nearly as extreme though. Where you find out that I mean this Mickey was obviously greedy, but mainly his whole thing was that Disney Disney World or Land, I can't remember which one, is close to Cuba because that's where they make all their money with
Not only
all their
not only
below
that
payments.
not only that, but Mickey's also a really big drug dealer.
Yes, and like
So
I I'll always remember when they go into the hotel and yeah, because Mickey was that's right, because Mickey was still super greedy because it was they stole they stole one of the toys from I think it was Pooby.
Oh, okay.
And
I don't remember that, but
and
then again, I don't think
yeah,
I
it was
watched it.
Junior, Joseph, and Cody.
was,
They
they went to
stole one of
Disneyland.
yeah, and they stole one of the toys, and the whole reason Mickey hunted them down is because he wanted to figure out who got the free toy so they can make him pay. But then he just ran in, did some blow, got Goofy in there, and then Goofy OD'd.
And he's like, just ignore me.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, he OD'd. Which fun fact, if you don't remember, that early Mickey was Pooby, but current Mickey is Anthony.
Was that Pooby at the time? I couldn't tell.
It was Pooby, yeah.
Now, was
That's
this video
incredible.
just released, or are you guys talking about
No. We're talking about the old one, where Junior, Joseph, Cody, and Chef Pee Pee went to Disney World.
Oh, you're talking about that one. Okay. I think, if I remember correctly, I think I've seen it. I just don't remember it that well.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it in forever either. But yeah, we're talking about that one about Mickey Mouse in it, where Goofy OD'd
Hmm.
and he was dead, and they buried him.
Wow.
Or no, they didn't bury him. They threw him in the bathtub. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, I wish I could remember some of the jokes from that episode. I just remember there was so many funny jokes.
Yeah, the one joke that I still remember because it wasn't intentional was when they got on I think it was Space Mountain or something, and or it might have not been Space Mountain. No, it was where they had to make their own car, and like they had
Huh.
to design the specifications for their car, and then when they got in it, the ride broke, and then I think it was either I think it was Junior who was telling Cody like the like like this is like, oh man, your car sucks so much it broke the ride or something like that. Like I always remember that because
Yeah.
the ride actually broke.
Huh.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you guys remember the Cookie Monster?
No, I do
well, hang
not.
on. We talked about old Mickey, but we haven't talked about new Mickey.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So new Mickey. So Mickey Mouse came back. I guess that old one's not canon, or Goofy somehow revived because he's back. But now Minnie and Donald are there too. So Mickey
Yeah,
is pretty much the same, except he's way more horny for Minnie.
Oh wow.
Like
oh
he's
yeah,
still greedy, he still does
definitely.
drugs, but yeah, like he is so down bad for Minnie.
Because Mickey, he got jealous when Minnie Mouse fell in love with Marvin because of his mustache.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And like it was no other reason, but it was his mustache, which is the same reason why Mrs. Huckerdoo likes Marvin.
Man, Marvin's getting his own harem just because he's got that mustache.
Right? He
Yeah.
ain't got no hair, so I mean like
I
I
guess they're like,
remember
oh, there must be hair in other places then, and that's
I
what they're
remember
into.
I remember when Marvin found out that he was even bald. It was back when he was Mario.
Oh
Man,
yeah.
that video was so funny.
Yeah, it was.
Like, and it was so old, but it was so good. Just I just love the part where Woody comes in and Mario's like, Woody, tell me, is it bad? Like,
Hmm.
and then Woody's just all quiet, putting his hand over his mouth. He's just like, I'm gonna get you a beer. I'm gonna get me one too.
That's
Like,
funny.
it
That
was
that
so
is
good.
funny.
It's so good. And then Black Yoshi, he shows up to Black Yoshi. He's like, okay, promise you won't. Like, Black Yoshi, you got your gun on you? Not yet.
Not
He's like,
yet.
okay, here, and he shows him. And Black Yoshi's like, hey, man, that's hilarious.
That's hilarious, fool.
It's so good.
Oh,
But yeah, like new Mickey. I gotta be honest. I think Donald is probably the funniest out of the new Mickey Mouse character. And don't take that the wrong way, Logan. Do not have Donald show up all the time and
no.
do his goofy screams all the time. No, it's funny because he shows up, he does his like scream that you can't understand, and then he leaves.
Hmm.
Except in the second episode where he showed up, where he was doing Karen.
Hmm.
That
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
extra part
that
was
that
also
was
funny.
yeah, it was funny because Mickey shows up in the Marvin's house. He tells Burgley, he's like, well, if you're gonna fuck my wife, I'm gonna go bang your wife. He's like, well, go for it.
Yeah. Well, have at it, man. He's like, and then he calls Goofy to go do it.
And then Goofy calls him, and you hear him in the background.
That yeah, like that was good. So yeah, I like Mickey Mouse.
So do
Um,
I. They need to bring him back, but not like on a
yeah,
constant basis.
yeah.
But they
Again, don't
need to bring him
overdo
back.
it. But yes,
Yeah.
we do need Mickey. I don't know. Make like Minnie have some sort of super plan where she will for sure escape from Mickey and be with Marvin forever. and
Or
and like things escalate or something. I don't know.
or her secret job as being a stripper at the strip club where they always go.
Huh.
There you go. There
There
you
you
go.
go.
That could tie it all
Okay.
together.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Then Mickey can find out that she really is a slut, and like Mickey gets pissed. Then they get a divorce, and then that's what could be the whole problem is the divorce, and they have to find a way to get them back together.
Yes.
You know,
And
That is
there
such
you
a good
go.
idea. Okay.
That
Now,
is such a good
that
one.
would make a very good episode, and I would personally
Yes.
watch that. That would be sick.
Yes, please.
Logan just needs to hire us to sit there and write down ideas all day.
Yes, please.
He
We'll
seems
do
like
it.
he can't remember anything. So I mean,
Yeah, we got ideas for days.
Yeah.
we could write a
But
whole like textbook.
I think we covered Mickey enough. So now let's
Yeah,
go
the
to some
Elmo, like
yes,
Cookie Monster and
Cookie
Elmo.
Monster and Elmo. So like these characters have not shown up in I think years, which is kind of sad. I mean they've never been like big characters or anything, but like I don't know, it was always kind of fun when they would show up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like CSI Sesame Street is one of my favorite gags they've ever done. Like it's so stupid. It is such a dumb parody, but that's why it works. Like who stole the cookies? Then then Brooklyn guy and Simmons they think it's Elmo for some reason. I don't understand why they thought it was Elmo when they found blue fur. But they jump Elmo and then they get fired. But then Simmons goes back to the scene of the crime, and that's when they see the real culprit, Cookie Monster. It was like man, I want to see a full episode of CSI Sesame Street.
Same. That reminds me of a SML video with Cookie Monster. It was a Brooklyn guy, and Cookie Monster owed him something. No, it was Black Yoshi owed
Yes,
him money, and Brooklyn guy sent him Cookie Monster's head in a box.
yes, because what happened was
So what happened was,
what happened was Brooklyn guy loaned Black Yoshi money for the new Call of Duty that year. And Black Yoshi obviously couldn't pay it back, even though he said he would. And then when Brooklyn guy came to collect his money, Black Yoshi told him that Cookie Monster has it. So then Brooklyn guy tracked down Cookie Monster, tortured him by waterboarding him, or I guess milkboarding him, because he took cookies and then he dunked it in the milk, and then Cookie Monster's over here dying. No, you're supposed to dip, not dunk. And then he waterboarded Cookie Monster with the dunked cookie milk. And then you see the package at the door with Cookie Monster's head.
yeah, you see your friend Cookie Monster here. He didn't make his payments either.
And then another episode I remember Cookie Monster being in is the bake sale. You guys got to remember the bake sale.
I think I do
I
remember.
barely
the bake
remember it, honestly.
Wasn't that the one where Junior made the cookies out of like ketchup or some crap?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
because that was the one where they were trying to make an extreme fail video. Joseph broke all the bones in his body.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
Junior and Cody had to raise a whole bunch of money.
Yeah, because Joseph didn't have medical insurance.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and then they were making cookies, and all this stuff went wrong, and then at the very like near the end when they were at their lowest point, you hear this noise, and Cody's like, wait, what is that? Wait, Junior, you let Cookie Monster in the house? And Junior's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." It's like, "You should know not to let Cookie Monster in the house."
Oh my god.
And
You should know better than Black Cookie Monster in the house.
That was a
Yeah.
really old episode, but it was a good one.
Terrible Cody episode.
oh, it
That's
was so good. That's one of my all-time favorites.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
that one in forever.
Yeah, and
been a
keeping
while.
on the Muppet Pack track. There's also Elmo.
Yes, which he has not shown up in nearly enough episodes. I remember the CSI Sesame Street, but there was another one. If I remember right, it was Junior's Home Alone 2, where it was Brooklyn Guy, Heron, Simmons, and Elmo. And the thing with Elmo, because it was the same joke in CSI Sesame Street, was that he just laughed all the time. Like that was it. Like he would just laugh at like anything. And
It's like the Tickling Elmo for that.
yeah, and there's really not much to go over with that Elmo. I don't know. I thought it was unique how they turned that laughing Elmo toy into its own character just by having it laugh.
Okay, now here's one that was recently introduced. Pac-Man, aka Package Man,
Ooh.
hidden joke.
Now, actually, Pac-Man was not just recently introduced, and this is why I think the Pac-Man's divorce episode was a little disappointing. Pac-Man was introduced way back in Mario's New Girlfriend.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
if you don't
I
remember,
remember.
yes, because Black Yoshi was trying to get Mario girlfriends, and then he goes to see who the next one is, and he's like, Pac-Man? Yeah, it's Pac-Man. But why are you here? I like balls. Well, yeah, I know you like balls. Yeah, I like a lot of balls. Yeah, I get that, but I'm not gay. Oh, you're not gay? No, I'm not gay. I'm looking for a girlfriend. Oh, okay.
Hang on a second.
Hang on. And then, yeah, he runs. He gets a bow. Hi, I'm Miss Pac-Man. Now give me your balls.
So then did he just forget how to speak? Because he just started saying
No,
waka.
that's the thing. Like, I want to know why he just said waka waka. That's why that episode was a little disappointing. Because the old Pac-Man could talk and was funny, and they kept the joke that he loves balls.
Right.
Like, so
Right.
it's got to be the same Pac-Man. But like,
Yeah.
but yeah, they didn't have him talk. But that was his first appearance, and I love that appearance. Like, it's such a random joke, but I love it. And then this isn't an appearance by him himself, but there was a reference where I guess Logan just loves Pac-Man. In it was, I can't remember the episode, but it was the one where Joseph had his mansion. He had a Pac-Man room, like an entire room based around Pac-Man.
I think that was actual mansion that they went to. It was like the game mansion or something. I can't remember.
Okay, that would make sense. But Logan does love Pac-Man.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
know that Logan has a Pac-Man
Arcade machine.
Yeah, and an air hockey table.
That's right. He does have that
Oh,
air hockey
yeah.
table.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I haven't seen that
Logan.
in a while.
Yeah, Logan loves Pac-Man. But yeah, like I really like that first appearance of Pac-Man. And if they decide to bring Pac-Man back, I do really want it to be more like the old one where he's just he's trying to get some balls. That's what he's trying to do.
I love that his whole thing is just to get balls.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's and then as Brooklyn Guy said, well, I mean, sometimes when you're just trying to get dinner on the table, you got to do some things you're not proud of. You know what I mean, Marvin? Where I was like, what? You suck a wiener to get food on the table? No. Oh. Okay. Just me then. I mean, I regret it, but I did it. But yeah, I love old Pac. New Pac-Man is all right, but I want some more old Pac-Man if he comes back.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, I know we talked about this one before the podcast. We never did mention if we was gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it because I just think it's funny.
Okay.
I think Lightning McQueen was funny. I don't know why. The one video he was in, and the only thing he said was "ka-chow."
Ka-chow. Well,
Ka-chow.
see, what's funny is
Yeah.
he did actually say one other thing than ka-chow once, but I can't remember what he said.
Yeah, me and Sarah say ka-chow to each other, but I can't remember what it is that he said. I just remember, hey, ka-chow, ka-chow.
What makes Lightning McQueen even funnier to me is one, he is Brooklyn guy's biggest fear, which that's incredible. But also that Pooby is doing an Olsen Wilson impression, which is the guy that voices Lightning McQueen. So I think that's great. That makes it even better.
But I want to know, how was Lightning McQueen holding the phone up to his ear? Wait, would
That
he see from his rearview mirror?
that's a great question. That's why Brooklyn guy's so afraid of him. That's why he has. He's like, how does any of that work? They don't have organs.
I mean, I'm with him on that. How do they reproduce? Because I even asked Sarah that question before. I'm like, how do cars reproduce?
That's a great question.
From a factory, but if that's the case, then who was the first car?
I mean, maybe it's like how Pac-Man reproduces, and we don't want to know.
Inside out. Oh, yeah, there's not really much we can say about it.
They start
There's
playing the
not much.
Brazzers theme on their car radios, and you know what's going to happen.
Music. Anyway,
Not Brazzers, I
well,
mean
I'm gonna move
Pornhub.
on before I get topic. Yeah, we have Vendoa too. Also Dora
Okay,
Vendoa.
so Dora actually did show up in an SML video, like actual Dora. It was Mario and Luigi's Stupid and Dumb Adventure Season 3, because Mario started going to different TV show dimensions, and Dora was one of them. And the joke with Dora is that she was an idiot, and the map was telling her how much of an idiot she was. She was like, "Where's the map? Can you tell me where the map is?" And then the map's there. He's like, "Bitch, I'm in your back pocket."
I have to
Okay.
watch that.
I
You
gotta
haven't seen
admit,
that
that
one?
was
Please.
pretty funny.
Yeah, and then
Not.
and then she's like, "I can't find the map," and then she just like falls asleep out of nowhere, and then the map's just like, "Did this bitch just fall asleep?"
But I'll definitely check it out. But I did see the one with Wendoa where she's like, "Have you seen my binoculars? They're
Yeah,
right there. Where?
yeah, Daddy,
Where?
I'm gonna strangle her. like
Where?"
the window episode I think is hilarious. Like, and I love Sandals the monkey. Like he hits her and then points to the binoculars right there, and she's just like, "Ow, that's not nice to hit people, Sandals." And he's just shaking his head like, "Oh my gosh, it's
They need
right
to
there."
bring. He's like, "How did I get stuck with such a stupid person?"
She don't shut up.
I know. Well, he's the one that paid the lion to kill her.
Yeah, it's true. But
I
they do need to bring Mendoa back if
which
possible.
speaking of, I love that instead of Swiper the fox, it's Killer the lion, and he shows up. Oh no, it's Killer the lion. We have to stop him from killing us. Killer, no killing.
Oh my
Killer, no
God.
killing. Killer, no killing. All rats. You said killer, no killing 3 times. Now I can't kill you.
Oh my God.
I love that. That
That's
video.
great.
That video was just a good video. Jeffy, I don't know. I side with Jeffy on that.
That's because that's the whole thing with Dora. That's how the real show is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
painful to watch.
You know, there's actually a weird conspiracy about Dora. This is off topic, but like, there's a conspiracy that Dora was a witch.
I've never heard that.
Huh.
Me neither.
And I'll have to send it to you, but it was interesting. But it also it reminded me, like, when Jeffy was like, "It's right there!" Like, whenever he was doing all that, it reminded me from that scene from the one from the I can't remember. I remember. I don't know if it's Drake and Josh or Victorious, but like Crazy Steve was in it. He's like, "It's right."
Oh,
there."
yeah.
She's like, "Well,
No,
no,"
you're
and
right.
He's like, "Right there," and he's just sitting. He's like, "Why is she so dumb?"
Yeah, it actually was Drake and Josh. Funny you should mention that.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, that like that window episode and that Dora joke from Mario and Luigi's Stupid Dumb Adventure Season 3, those were great. I definitely agree. Bring Windowa back. I know she's dead, but I don't know. Get a new Windowa. Get a new
Or bring him
actress.
back in, like, a nightmare or something. Like, make Jeffy have a nightmare remembering that day because
Oh,
he gave him.
Yeah, that would be a cool video. Like he starts
Yeah.
freaking out about Windowa, and then Margaret's like, "Jeffy, what's wrong? It's just a kid show." And then he's like, "But Daddy, she died, remember?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I guess she did." And then he doesn't care.
I'd think it'd be funnier if he didn't know what he was talking about. Kind of like whenever Jeffy's sister was around.
Oh
Ugh.
yeah.
I
Do it
did
in,
not
like,
like
that
that episode.
style. I liked that episode, but it was sad.
One that I was talking about was the original Jeffy's sister. That one
Oh
I
that.
did not
Yeah. Yeah, that I can definitely agree. Like
Ugh.
because Jacob's talking about the sequel, but
Yeah.
I agree with you. The very first one was not good, not great.
Yeah, it was not. But then you have Mr. Krabs. I like how they
Oh
parodied
yeah,
Mr. Krabs.
yeah. Like what's funny is like they've had SpongeBob characters show up just a few times on the show. Jacob, if you want to bring up one of your favorite gags from one of the videos with
Yeah,
SpongeBob.
my favorite gag is Jeffy's like watching TV and like SpongeBob comes on. Patrick's like, "Hey SpongeBob, I'm sad, even though my face doesn't depict upon it." "Why, Patrick?" "Because I can't get a girlfriend." "Well, I don't have holes for nothing." And
What is it?
then it cuts back to Jeffy. "Squidward's my favorite."
Yeah, that's right. He did say that. I forgot. I don't know why that's the funniest part to me, but Square was my favorite. He's not even there.
It's not even there. That's why it's so funny, because it's like dummy humor, like the old episodes of SpongeBob where it was like, "Oh, don't do that." 2 seconds later, they do it, and it's just funny for some reason.
Yeah, but yeah, like they've had SpongeBob and Patrick show up a few times, but like Mr. Krabs for like a minute there, Mr. Krabs was just like a character. I know that the few episodes I can remember he was in, when Mario pretended to be dead so to try to teach Jeffy a lesson, and then Goodman showed up and he was going to sell Mario's house, and the person who was going to do it was buy it was Mr. Krabs. Which I love that episode just for when they tell Goodman that Mario died. He's like, oh no, who's going to give me his house payments?
At the end of the day, that's all Goodman cares about. He doesn't care about Mario or Marvin. He's like, I want my house payment. Where is it?
I know.
Damn, bro.
He Mario's just his favorite guy that gives him his house payments because he always likes to bug him about it.
Mario,
Also, here's
I
a
swear to
little-
God, if you don't give me your house payment, nipples.
I've got two things to say about this situation. The first one is, wasn't Bowser the one that had that house in the beginning whenever they first moved in there?
Possibly. I don't really remember.
I'm
Because
gonna be
remember
honest.
when-
I can't remember.
I remember because Brooklyn guy in the old apartment whenever their old one got evicted or whatever, or no, it burnt down. That's what it was because of the candle. And Brooklyn guy said he was going to put him in a new house, but they didn't end up building it. So they just put him in that house, which was Does Bad Things guy's house at the time. So how did it go from Does Bad Things guys to being Bowser's house? And then Marvin moved in with Bowser, and now Marvin's taking over the house payments. I don't know how that works, but I do think it would be funny to see Goodman go up to the Huckardoos and ask for their house payment.
Do you guys remember the couch?
Yes.
That was
That's what I.
a pretty
The
good
couch.
video.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up when we talk about our last character because
That
it's
is true.
funny. But yeah, that was something I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
We'll save our thoughts about that for when we get there. We're almost there.
Cool.
We have he's literally next, the person we're talking about. But yeah, I think it would be really cool to see Goodman go ask the Huckardoos for their house payment, or even better, their lawn payment.
Yeah, there you go. But like the other episode I remember Mr. Krabs being in, it was I can't remember the actual episode, but it was they were trying to get tech support, and of course it went to Camille Habib Habab, Camille's and Camel, Habib Habab is in corn on the cob.
And what can I do for you today?
Yeah, what can I do for you on this fine evening? And then he couldn't understand. I think it was Mario. So then he was like, "Could I speak to someone who knows English?" And he was like, "Okay, I will send you to my supervisor, and he will help you from here." And then it was Mr. Krabs.
And I think it was Black Yoshi's credit card fraud because that's when he had to make.
Yeah.
Yes, because he gave him the credit card number. That's right.
Yeah, and he's like, just give out your credit card number to Mr. Krabs, but you won't even give it to your best friend.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs. Also, I just remembered, even though he didn't actually show up in this episode, Mr. Krabs was mentioned in Playtime 4.
Oh wow.
Because that was when Junior had to get a job because he needed money to buy the puppy for Sally's wedding.
Oh god, I haven't seen that one in forever.
Yeah, because he went to the Krusty Krab, and then it was D Money, which that was the old D Money.
Yeah.
And he was saying, "Oh, Mr. Krabs don't like us hiring felons, especially if you've been drinking. Oh, he was to catch you drinking, penny pinching ass." Like he didn't actually show up there, but that was great. I love that. I want old D Money to come back.
Yeah.
Like, please have him come back. He was great.
Imagine if D Money became a police officer.
Oh my god.
I mean, he'd still be in high school with or I guess 5th grade with Junior, Joseph, and Cody.
Oh yeah. Well, we have one more character, and it's Shrek.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
boy,
cheesecake.
Shrek. Now, yes, donkey. Now, for those who are wondering, before we have people possibly who watch this scream in the comments, we're not covering Woody, and the reason we're not covering Woody in this episode is because, yes, he does technically fit him and Tony the Tiger. They do technically fit. The problem is that they are so different than their original characters. They're pretty much their own characters. Yeah. Like I don't think that they really fit in this episode personally because they are so different. They're only Woody and like Tony the Tiger in name, and their like plush designs are the same. But Woody's not wearing the hat. Like his design is unique from actual Disney Woody. So I think they can have their own separate video later down the line. Shrek though is a lot more like reference heavy. He does reference the onion thing from the Shrek movies. Obviously, he loves taking a crap, which real Shrek also loves, but this Shrek loves it way more.
And he loves cheesecake like the regular likes his earwax, apparently, because I don't know why.
Oh yeah, like this Shrek loves his cheese, and Shrek is just such a fun character. Like, yeah, he can be a bit much sometimes. Like, obviously, like a lot of his humor is gross out humor, and I will say, my least favorite Shrek episode, probably ever, was the one where he got Mario cursed to turn into a real donkey, and to turn him back, he made him drink his crap. Like, that was not only cruel, but just like absolutely disgusting. Like that episode was not good at all. But like Hunter brought up earlier, a good Shrek episode, dare I say it, a great Shrek episode is The Cow.
Yeah, and there was one thing I wanted to bring up from that episode that I thought was so funny. Mario made Shrek move out of the house and took the couch with him, so he went to the backyard, and Mario was there, and Shrek's like, "Kid, get out of me, swamp!" He's like, "Shrek, this is yard."
I rewatched that episode recently, and like it's so funny. But there's one part where he's out there in the swamp and he's like, "Thanks to you, donkey, I have to catch my own cheesecake." And then he's fishing in their lake, and he fishes
Hey guys, I'll
up
be right
a
back. Hang
box
on.
of cheesecake. All right, Hunter. But he fishes up a box of cheesecake. Like, how? Even Mario's like, what?
How did it get soggy in the water?
That
I love that
that's so.
scene because it was like I had to come out and talk to you because I know that it was an accident because I also pooped on the.
And he's like, what was that, donkey? I pooped on the couch. You did what? I pooped on the couch, Shrek. Oh, come here, you! He goes about like it's oddly a really touching episode.
It's very odd and very heart touching, but like
Yeah, like I like how Black Yoshi was defending Shrek. Like a thing about Black Yoshi, which we could go into this, and this probably like deserves its own episode of like Black Yoshi and Dougie nowadays. But like a thing that modern Black Yoshi had a problem with, which like it's a bit different than Dougie because Dougie is pretty much his own character. But like Black Yoshi before they had to switch plushes and everything. A big problem with him was that like you kind of forgot that he was friends with these people. Like he always got on Mario's nerves. Like, and again, this is at the very end of like SML with the plushes. I'm not talking about like early Black Yoshi or anything. Like the very late Black Yoshi, like he got on Mario's nerves all the time. Like he was actually like a freeloader. Like there wasn't really anything about him that made him like where you could see it and be like, "Oh yeah, I can see why Mario's letting him stay there." But the couch was a perfect episode because he defends Shrek. He's like, Mario, you know he can't hold it. Like he knows he's friends with Shrek. He knows about Shrek. He even calls him Shreky because they're bros. Like,
I'm just imagining Dougie and Shrek playing Call of Duty, but Shrek's in the bathroom and Dougie's playing Call of Duty, and over
yeah,
the microphone, you just hear him shitting in the background.
I'm back.
You just hear him go, "All right there, donkey. Oh, I got shit. Hold on. Ah."
yeah. Like I could 100% see Black Yoshi and Shrek doing that. Like in the couch, like in that earlier era, because Black Yoshi was a bro. Like,
Yeah.
he was still a bit of a freeloader. Like, he could still be a jerk from time to time. But at the end of the day, like, these were his people. Shrek was his bro. Like, he's got mad at Mario for kicking him out because he knows that Shrek can't hold it sometimes. That's just how it is.
The
Do you
one.
remember?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you remember the episode where Shrek was having trouble? And this sounds gross, but it's a funny episode. Shrek's having trouble to fart, so Mario has to make him fart, and the only way he could was with that bean soup, and he had to go all the way to the
See, yeah, because what happens? Because I know that episode. It was the ring. Because what happened was, he was going to propose to Rosalina, and he got her this really nice ring, and he, for some reason, he gave it to Jeffy to watch. So, because he had to
Bad
leave
idea.
for a second, and at the same time, Shrek was getting Chef Pee-Pee to make him some homemade cheesecake. So then, while Chef Pee-Pee was just about to put it in the oven, Jeffy threw the ring into the cheesecake. It got, he thought it got baked into the cheesecake, and then Shrek ate it. So that's why he was trying to get Shrek to fart, because he wanted him to poop it out so he could get his ring back. And then at the very end, after he made the bean soup concoction and Shrek literally exploded the bathroom, that's when Chef Pee-Pee found out, oh, the ring was just on the plate.
Oh, do remember that episode, but the episode I was thinking of is Jeffy's coma.
Oh, yeah!
That's the one I was thinking of.
I do remember that one now.
The only way he could wake up is from an ogre farting in his face. And
That's right.
Okay, then.
And Mario asks Shrek for help, but Shrek's like, Donkey, I haven't pooped out of my butthole in weeks, Donkey. Not even a single breeze, Donkey.
Which that's another thing that separates like Woody and Tony from Shrek, is like Shrek has a parody of the actual Shrek voice. Woody and Tony, they have their own voices.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring that up.
And the one thing that I do remember was...
I was going to say,
go ahead, Hunter.
Yeah, the one thing that I do remember, speaking of Shrek, it was the one episode I didn't really care for. I think it had to do something with like endless cheesecake. It was one of the newer ones.
Yes, that's actually a good thing to bring up. So yeah, they did recently bring Shrek back, and I do agree. That episode, upon like reflection, at the time, I think we all thought it was better because Shrek came back, and like the parts in that episode with Shrek were by far the best parts in it.
Yeah.
The problem is that most of that episode was Brooklyn Guy just being annoying. So yeah, but I do think the actual parts with Shrek in that episode were great, especially the part where what was it? It was Mr. Cheesecake Factory.
Oh yeah. I think
showed up, and then he gave him like 10 cheesecakes, and he's like, I bet you can't eat all those. And then like it cuts away, or no, it doesn't cut away. It zooms in on his face, and you don't see what Shrek is doing, but you see pieces of the cheesecake flying at Mr. Cheesecake Factory's face, and like Shrek just eats them all. It's great. And that reminds me, an actual great Shrek episode. I don't know if you two remember it. Shrek's diet.
I think
I don't really remember that one, but I think I've heard it.
So that one was Shrek. He was on the toilet, doing his crap, and he was trying to get he was doing his daily crap, but then he felt a pain in his chest, and then he went down to get his emergency cheesecake, because he just finished a cheesecake and he was going to get his emergency cheesecake, but he passed out. And Mario came in the bathroom because he heard him screaming, And then like he was all worried, which again, back in the day, you got to see Mario be like real friendly with like Shrek and all them, which was just nice. So he gets Brooklyn Guy in, and one of the funniest things is Brooklyn Guy comes in and he was saying like he like he's eaten way too much cheesecake. His blood is actually Velveeta cheese now.
Oh
That's
no.
how much cheesecake he's eaten, and he needs Shrek to go on a diet, or else he's gonna die.
Oh
So
no.
the episode was Mario trying to help Shrek lose weight, and he does do it, and Shrek becomes really thin. He looks really weird, but it's really funny looking. And Shrek's like, "Oh, donkey, I look so sexy now." But then, at the very end, Shrek's like, "Donkey, can I have just one cheesecake?" And Donkey and Mario's like, I was about to call him Donkey for a second. Mario's like, I mean, I guess just one can't hurt. And then Shrek eats the whole cheesecake, instantly fat again.
Oh my god, so much for that.
Yeah.
For that. But yeah, they need to bring him back. Well, I do have a cool Shrek idea if you guys
Oh,
want to hear.
yes,
Okay.
please.
They need to make a day in the life of Shrek.
Oh my, that would be great.
I imagine the dialogue would be like he wakes
It
up
should be.
and in his dream
I
he's
feel
like,
like there should be a
cheesecake.
Yeah,
like.
I mean, obviously he'd wake up in the toilet,
Yeah. Yeah.
He'd
like,
wake
or
up.
on the toilet.
He
Go ahead,
would
Jake.
wake up on the toilet. He'd wake up on the toilet and he'd start crapping. And he'd be like, well, time to go get my cheesecake. And
Yeah.
then he'd go.
Oh wait, I no, I forgot, and I know they probably wouldn't remember this, but he did actually have a bedroom, back way back because he had the fart on lights, where
Oh.
instead of turning, yeah, he didn't have a light switch in his room. He would fart to turn them on and off.
Alrighty then.
That's amazing. I want a fart on light.
And I remember a
That
great
just sounds so
joke
stupid
from.
if you think about it.
Oh, it is. I remember a great joke from Baby Shrek, which one of the best SML videos ever. It was Shrek and Baby Shrek, where he's like, "Okay, Baby Shrek, time to go to bed," and then he farts to turn the light off. Then Baby Shrek farts, and it turns it back on. Then Shrek's like, "No, it's time to go bed. The lights need off." And then he farts, and then Baby Shrek keeps farting, and he's laughing as Shrek's getting more mad until the fart on lights break.
Oh my god.
Like,
I
it's really
imagine-
stupid, but it's really funny.
I imagine fart on, fart off, the fart on.
Yes. But yeah, Shrek is a great character. I mean, again, he's had better episodes than others.
Yeah.
Like again, the whole forcing Mario to drink his crap thing was gross and overly cruel. But like videos like The Couch, like The Ring, they show that Shrek can be a great character. Shrek the Babysitter. That one is another one of my absolute favorites. You guys remember that one?
Barely.
Yes.
That was where
Shrek
it was Mario and Bowser left for something, and they had to get a babysitter, and they got Shrek to do it, and Jeffy and Junior wanted to not listen to Shrek, so when he went to the bathroom, of course, to crap, they put a chair under the door so the door couldn't open.
Ah.
So they were, and when they did that, they were just trying to like mess around, but then they saw Shrek's cheesecake and they wanted the cheesecake. And as soon as he heard them open the cheesecake, he's like, "Oh, that sound. It sounds like my cheesecake." And then he breaks through the door screaming, "My cheesecake!" And then he rushes in and grabs Jeffy and Junior, and then they're stuck in the bathroom and they're screaming. They're like, "Help! Get us out!" And Mario shows up. He's like, "Shrek, what'd you do to them?" "Oh, they're in timeout, donkey." And he's like, "And you know what the best part is? The toilet's clogged."
Oh no.
And he raises up for a high five, and Mario gives him the high five.
Shit.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I think that's a great place to end it off.
Hell yeah.
Do y'all have any ideas for Logan and them? there's a
Let me
lot.
see here. We tend to have like a lesson of the day with our videos. So like to keep it in line with the theme here with parodies. Uh Definitely do less of your parody like Angry Ronald, where the joke is literally just, hey, look at this character that is normally like really happy and fun, but they're angry and mad all the time and they do drugs and hookers and stuff. Like that joke is old. It's always old. Like it was old before you did it, and it's way older after you did it. Like, try to be a little more creative with that. Like try to think of something a little outside the box. Like Pac-Man and Pac-Man's divorce. Even though I still think he should have talked, I think that was a great parody. I think that one was great. Mickey Mouse is great. Again, Mickey Mouse is kind of like that, where he is angry and he is like greedy and stuff, but like that plays into the joke about Disney, about them being angry and stupid and greedy.
Right.
Like that works for that. And also he's got Goofy and Donald and Minnie
Yeah.
to help him. So like though that one's great. Like, moral of the story for Logan, um just like have a creative take on your parodies, like a different twist, something to where it you can tell what it's supposed to be a parody of, but it's not as simple as haha, it's the thing that is supposed to be child friendly and fun, but it's adult and angry. That's really all my suggestion. I think I've already given all of my like actual video suggestions in this episode. Other than use Shrek more, which you should do. You should use Shrek more. Like, have a video actually establishing what he is in this new universe, because you just have him in the endless cheesecake video. He literally just shows up and he acts like Marvin and Brooklyn guy and Rose already know who he is, but like, do they? This is a completely different universe. Like, I don't know, make a video showing how they met. That would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all from me.
Yeah. I believe that SML could make Shrek, like, if they ever for some reason got in trouble with Universal, I feel like they could make Shrek his own puppet and still give him the same personality.
Yeah, I mean, I think they could get away with Universal Shrek because first of all, Shrek is just memed so much already.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many parodies of him that I think if Universal was going to do anything, they would have done it by now. Also, they're not nearly as uptight as Nintendo is. Nintendo is extremely uptight. Like, they just are.
Yeah.
They'll take down literally anything they feel like. So I really don't think that they have anything to worry about. But
Yeah.
yeah, if they absolutely had to, yeah, I could see them. Like, they could keep him as an ogre because he is supposed to be an ogre. Like, that's part of his character. Just like, make a new ogre plush, and there you
Right.
go. That can still be Shrek.
Right.
Yeah, it's like the only suggestion I have before we end it is like they do it like they need to put Mickey Mouse and Shrek in the same video, and that's where it should
I mean, that'll definitely be an interesting one. I would like to see how that would go.
Mickey Mouse would be a plumber, obviously, and he'd have to unclog Shrek's shit.
Okay,
Or
I want to see
goes
how
to
that would
Disney.
play out.
Or even better, Shrek goes to Disney World and clogs one of the toilets, and Mickey gets pissed off because he's got to put out money to have it fixed.
Wait a minute, doesn't Universal own Shrek?
Yeah.
Then there you go. That's the video. Universal versus Disney Parks.
Oh,
That's how
okay.
Shrek and Mickey meet.
Okay. I like that.
There you go. Yeah. There you go, Logan.
You have all rights to these ideas.
Absolutely. Hunter,
Just
do
make
you
'em.
do you got any ideas or suggestions for Logan?
Not really. Not that I can think of.
Well,
Well-
alrighty
well-
then. I
Well,
hope
guys,
you guys enjoyed.
I hope you learned something. And I know you're going to be so upset that we're leaving, but we'll be back. Don't worry.
We will.
If you want to see more of Corey, you can check out his What If channel. I'll put his link in the description. If you want to check out Hunter, where we always play D&D on his channel, we can check that out too. We're going to head out. Thanks for listening to our show.